right. I'm Scott.
And I'm Don.
And we're talking real estate.
Hey, everybody. How you doing?
Absolutely. Got Zach Wilkowitz in the house already. Catherine Cotton already. People all over the place crazy. So it's been a sweaty week. Sweaty short week.
Sweaty couple days, a few days.
Yeah, sweaty couple of days.
Who would have thought that it would have been 70s, 60s, and then 85?
Don, I did a video in earlier May. It was snowflakes.
Yeah. Isn't it
in May.
Yeah.
It was snowflakes.
That's Michigan. But hey, not complaining.
Yeah, so give us a rundown of what the show's going to be about today.
All right, so today we got, of course, our weekly our weekly update.
Yep.
Then we're going to go to how to create a backyard oasis.
Okay.
City spotlight.
I'm not telling anybody what it is.
We're not telling anybody what it is. Not until we get there. You got to stick
Wait
around.
till we get there, yep.
We're going to keep you in suspense.
That's right.
Fan of the show. How to make your home more efficient. And maybe a story from the street. If we have
from the street.
How's that sound?
It sounds good. It sounds really good. Folks, awesome. We got a great show for you. Before anything else, before we start, let us know where you're tuning in from. You might be up north of your cottage. You might be in Woodhaven. You might be our people in Brattle Creek. I mean, you might, wherever you are, put what city you are dialing in from.
Maybe three up in Traverse City.
Yeah, Traverse City.
You're
up at the restaurant. You're in a restaurant somewhere enjoying a drink.
You eat. You go out to eat.
Let us know where you're dialing in from, because we'd love to know that. So that's a good thing. Now let's talk about this week in the market. We'll do this. We'll break it down to what has changed and what has not changed, right? Mm-hmm. So the change, again, is the lack of inventory is really pushing price. It's really pushing price.
So really, nothing's changed.
No. I mean, it almost feels like it's getting worse, doesn't it?
It does.
It feels like inventory is getting worse in this market.
What's selling fast. So still the supply is low, demand is high, and
so I'll give you an example. I went to a guy's duplex in Dearborn today. He was the only house we put out there. He would be the only house within a half mile.
Yeah, so. Awesome. That's awesome. So I just listed the house today and already 4 showings. Just got another one just before we went on the air. So yeah.
So Don, I want to share this with you just because people tell us where they're dialing in from. My good friend Jim Dowlins, you know where he's dialing in from?
Japan.
The couch. He's on the couch. That's what he said. I'm dialing in from the couch.
I like that.
So guys, let us know what cities you're dialing in from.
Where's that couch area? Where's that general vicinity? That couch area?
It's Dearborn Heights. Dearborn Heights. Yeah, absolutely. All right. So we're still talking about the market this week in the market. I feel like buyers are fighting for property still.
Oh, absolutely.
I put 2 in yesterday, and both of them I had not. I've been on the agent all day long and got no response yet. Mm-hmm. So they're kind of. Agents are kind of waiting around to see what shakes out.
How many offers you can possibly get?
Yeah. And I know, I tell people all the time, that's kind of what you want. I mean, you want, but
sellers do.
On the buyer side, it makes it a little tougher. So, folks, still, again, the economy, if we're talking the real estate economy, it's doing well.
Yeah.
It really is doing well. I know folks are still apprehensive. I know there's lots of factors out there that are kind of doom and gloom. We're not going to give you that. We're going to tell you the truth about real estate. It's going well. Every agent I know is exhausted.
Yeah.
Because they're going nonstop. And the first thing I always say is, I'm not going to complain about it, but.
Who's saying the but?
Just everybody I talk to.
Yeah.
Like other agents we work with. Or like I call somebody when they got an offer with somebody. I'm not going to complain, but I was working till 11 o'clock last night. So The real estate market is zooming. So if you're thinking about buying or selling, buyer, you better be ready to run. Yeah. You better be ready to put your best foot forward. Seller, it's a good time. It's really a good time. So, yeah, definitely.
All right, so what do we got up next? So what are you going to tell us about?
I want to talk about, since it's finally got warm, okay, and the Memorial Day weekend, on my Facebook, I saw a bazillion fire pits and pools and stuff. So, because we're at stay-at-home, you know what I mean, I want to at least start to list and break down building your yard into a backyard oasis. Now, I'm going to say a couple of things. One, there are some folks, some fans of the show and some folks that we deal with in that what they have is ridiculous. Like it's amazing. Like my cousin lives on the lake, on Lake Huron and stuff, and you can't recreate that, right? You can't.
Well, you can for a certain price.
Yeah. But I'm saying you can't recreate that if you're in the middle of Dearborn Heights, right?
Yeah, right. You
but
don't want to. Right?
A lot of that stuff you can. This stuff is recreatable.
Right.
I'll give you some pricing, and we'll just kind of talk through it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
So the first thing in the backyard oasis is the food, right? So food and grilling.
That's what it's all about.
Do you have a grill at your place?
We do.
Yeah. Do you grill a lot?
Yeah, it's probably 3, 4, 5 times a week. Yeah.
Yeah. So my buddy George Lesko, one of my buddies that I watch on Facebook all the time, the guy always has a grill full of 7,000 pounds of meat.
Yeah.
Like he has the most amazing grill I've ever seen in my life.
Man,
So
man
he
loves
never
meat.
invites me out with that for that grill, but he always has.
Is he a carnivore?
I don't know, but he has a lot of
Man,
meat. There's lots of meat going on.
Yeah, boy,
So, folks,
I'd love to go over there.
the starting thing, the first place you got to look at is grilling. You get a standalone grill, like a nice Weber grill.
Mm-hmm.
I saw them at Home Depot. They're like between $250 and maybe $500. Again, depending how fancy the grill's going to be, the price is going to go up or down, right? I see people. A lot of people are going to like the grilling stations, like it's a grill and it's a table. Like the grill's built into the table, or it's some kind of cooktop deal, right? Those start getting real expensive. Like I saw $2,500, $3,000, $4,000, $5,000.
Yeah. Oh, you can find the countertop, a refrigerator, a dishwasher.
Dishwasher.
Yeah, it's a smaller one, but
Yeah.
still, you know,
So,
you get the utensils and stuff. Oh,
At that point, you're talking about an outdoor kitchen, right? It becomes an outdoor kitchen.
outdoor living area.
Yeah, outdoor kitchen.
You're using it just not for that, but you're
Yeah.
hanging out there majority time of the year.
Yep. So number 2 is drink availability, right? So there's lots of levels of drink availability. If you want to just get a couple coolers, throw some ice in them, and yank them out, you get a cheap Igloo cooler for $20, 20, 30, $40, right? Roll those out. You could do a Yeti, a fancy cooler, right? Couple $250, $500, somewhere in there, right? So that's just getting a cooler out. I've seen drink stations, right, where the cooler's here or the cooling thing is here, and you got the different stuff you can mix it with it, the glasses, everything else, all set out. That's so people go to that, right? I see those for pretty the cheap versions like $200. So you get a drink station. I saw a cool table at a house. Where was it at? I think it was in South Lyon. I think I saw a cool table. Like, what's that called? Rattan, right? It was a rattan table, and it had a cooler underneath it. So it was like the table and the cooler mixed together. They were like $60. I checked them out. That's pretty cool, you know. Yeah. That's not a bad thing.
What about a Frigidaire?
Yeah, I mean, I guess. I don't know.
Refrigerator.
Yeah, you can put a fridge out there too. Sure. I also see tables that have the basin in the middle, right? In the middle of a picnic table or wood table or whatever. So those start to get pricey. I saw one at Target was like $200. But again, every one of these has levels. Everything we're talking about is going to have the low, middle, high.
So what do you put ice on it?
Yeah, so it's like a basin, right? You throw ice in there and you put your drinks right in there.
Okay.
That's not bad. So far you got food and you got drink, right? What do you need next?
Nothing.
No, yeah, you do. You need
okay.
sound.
What?
You need music.
Yeah, that's right.
Okay, so here's what I want. I want you to tell us what your favorite summertime songs are. I like Will Smith. I like Summertime. I know that's an old song, but I like that. That's a kind of a summery song. What about you?
I like Kid Rock. The Sweet Home Alabama, or the one
All Summer Long?
All Summer Long.
Yep.
I
So
love
folks,
that song.
in the comments, tell us what songs you equate with summertime you throw on when you're out back in the backyard. What songs do you listen to when you are definitely, relaxing in your Oasis? So throw those out there for us. Jim Damage pointed out a mini fridge, $100.
Yeah,
that's not a bad.
Right.
That's not a bad move.
Right.
Thanks, Jim. I appreciate that. So a couple things I found that were interesting for sound. Right, I found an 8-pack of rock speakers, like decorative rock speakers, like $300. Right, you can get little boom speakers. Those are cheap. I get 2 or 3 of those in the house that I set up on shelving and stuff like that. All that stuff's Bluetooth. It makes it so much easier than wiring stuff in, right?
Absolutely, yeah.
Bluetooth makes things so easy.
Yes.
Yeah, it definitely does. Cool thing, if you had a pool, new one, NUWA has a really well-built pool speaker, $30.
Really?
Yeah, it goes underwater. It's Bluetooth from whatever your phone or whatever.
Is it underwater?
It could go. It could go under. It's waterproof.
Waterproof. Okay.
Yeah.
So it kind of floats around.
Yeah. $30.
Really? Oh, that's
$30.
interesting. I never even heard of that.
Yeah. It's pretty easy stuff. Interesting songs that folks threw out. Steve Helsel said, "Sitting on the Dock of the Bay." That's a good tune. What other tunes, guys? What other tunes do you listen to in the summertime that kind of relax you when you're out back, or you're just kind of relaxing at the old cottage? Let us know. Number 4, lights. Now, strung Edison bulbs.
Those are pretty cool.
30 feet of them.
Yeah.
$30. $35.
Well, that's pretty good.
Yeah, not bad.
They're
So
pretty cool.
I mean, those kind of lights, LED lights, things like that, probably a little more. Maybe I would say tiki torches. I don't know if people do those anymore. I'm not real sure.
I think that's something about those things. I don't know why. But.
I don't know. So tiki torches. If people still do those, you get a 4-pack of those for $35. If that's what you're into, those things, So, I mean, that's your lighting. So now you got food, drink, sound, lighting. Last one, and one that you see the most, fire pit. Tons and tons and tons and tons of people have fire pits. Every buyer that I know that goes into a yard is looking for a fire pit, which is weird. That's an interesting thing to look for in a home, right?
What a permanent?
Yeah, either a permanent or a place to put the fire.
Yeah.
One of the two.
Yeah.
Either a place to have the fire pit or a place that there is a fire pit.
Yeah.
So let me ask this question out to the audience. Tell us, what kind of fire pit do you have? Do you have a metal one? Do you have like a fire
table?
Like a table? Or do you have one with a stone pit? Which one of those do you have? I'm telling you, on Facebook this weekend, I saw a bazillion fire pits.
Yeah.
Pictures, we should call it pictures of the fire pit and make a bunch of money on art.
Huh.
So, again, tell us what kind of fire pit that you have. Do you have the metal ones, the movable metal ones? Do you have a fire table? Some folks have a higher end fire table, and some folks have the stone permanents.
Yeah, permanent ones. Yeah.
Only way I worry about those is cutting the grass. Like if a lawn service is coming in, they got to go around it.
Just weed whack around it.
Yeah,
weed
no,
whack
that's
around
still. If it's they're usually in an open space, right?
Yeah. So interesting. We just got it. We got a fire pit. We never had one until recently.
Yeah.
My wife wanted to buy one, so we bought one, and it's steel, probably about 80 pounds, 75, 80
heavy.
pounds. It's a heavy one. Yeah, it's really. And she wants to put it out in the yard. You can move it, so you can put it on. We have a patio, so you can be there or out in the yard. So if it goes out in the yard, I'm going to have that same situation where you have to weed whack around and stuff. And it's not a big deal. I don't think it's that big of an issue, but it's going to be more permanent in another area. So, but it was a lot of fun to be out there hanging, having a fire. Though the fire wasn't very good.
Why? What do you mean?
I think I just couldn't get it going. It wasn't going very well. And
Was it what? Yeah, what you went there?
Yeah. And I don't know if it was wet or what.
So for me,
tips. If you got any tips for me,
yeah, folks, if you have any tips on how to get a fire pit going,
I would not use gasoline or anything like that. So I don't know if that's a secret or what. If that is, let me know. But I won't use it.
The king fire starters at my house are my nephew Ben and my son. When they handle all the fire putting, they handle all that business.
Yeah.
I tell them go out there and get it started. Now, I was dumb. I looked more decorative when I got my last fire pit. It's like a potbelly stove deal. That's the dumbest thing you ever do.
Why?
Because you got to stuff stuff down into it. It's not open where you can't just set wood in there and stuff like that. You got to stuff down in it. It was just not a good idea. Now it's more of like a decorative piece in my yard because it has like that distressed, rusty look. So it looks. Yeah.
So it's kind of like artwork now.
Yeah. So a couple new songs. A little Bob Marley, Three Little Birds. It's goofy people, man. All kinds of people. I'm telling you, crazy good stuff. So
thanks for sharing them.
Yeah, 3 bonus ones I want to throw at you, and we'll get your opinions too. Pool or not pool? That's the first question. I know people down that love pools, that love the pool. I got a couple that's listening right now with me that they have a solar pool deal that they use and stuff. And some people hate the damn pool. They bitch about the pool and it's going to be too much work. And it's all, I don't know. Where do you stand on a pool?
Well, I grew up with a pool, and my 2 brothers and I, and my neighbors, we used to have these things called roller derby in the pool. It was a round pool, so we would get in there and it'd be like
a whirlpool.
Whirlpool.
Yeah, we used to do that too.
Checking each other and pushing each other. So I enjoyed it a lot, and it was work, being a young kid to have to vacuum it and skim it and make sure the filter was working and put the lime and all that stuff in that you put in those days. But I have a lot of fond memories of it. I don't have one now, and I don't want one, but I could see the attraction of that.
I swear, though, it's like a down-the-middle deal. Like, some people that talk to are like, they hate the damn pool.
Yeah.
They're like, they don't even want to think about it. I don't want a pool. Oh, my God. They freak out.
They might have been that kid that had to clean it out all the time when they were young and decide, when I'm an adult, I'm not going to have a pool.
I will not clean that damn pool. I'm a grown person in America. I will not clean that pool.
But I have no feelings either way on it.
The coldest pool I've ever been in my whole life, Jim Dowmage's pool was cold.
Yeah.
Yeah, my buddy Jim. I've been in his pool a couple times. Freezing cold. So definitely cold stuff.
Did it catch your breath? You were like,
Well, no, I'm not a sissy or anything like that.
Right,
I mean,
so
it was
that's-
cold.
Okay, all right, good. Good to hear. All right, so pools.
My sister, of course, Julie Long, coming in with it's too much work. See, I told you, too much work. It's either you're on one team or another, the too much work team or the we love the pool team. There's two of them. It's never down the middle. That's one of the bonus ones. Julie, stick around because this one's for you. Hammocks. She and I were talking about hammocks the other day. I've seen hammocks that hook to trees. I've seen hammocks that hook to their own little gazebo thing. Mm-hmm. You like hammocks?
I do. As a matter of fact, Memorial Day, took a nap on a hammock. Yeah.
Yeah, it's.
But by the lake.
Good for reading, right? Really good for reading. Really easy to deal with. Like cooler too, right?
And if you're swinging, just a nice little swing back and forth, and you'll zonk right out.
Yeah, absolutely. Very cool place. Last one's the funniest one, and a friend of mine had a movie screen in their backyard they put up, but I saw this one, an inflatable 14-foot tall movie screen. Yeah. $200.
Yeah, that is pretty cool.
That's cool.
That seems
cool.
So
think about it. You can have your drinks, your food, your songs you love, cool lighting, fire, a pool,
and a movie,
and a hammock. I mean, like you got every activity covered. You know what I mean? That's pretty cool stuff.
The only thing you're missing is popcorn.
So, folks, here's what we want to do. I want you to tell us what feature of your backyard is your most favorite. What's of your specific backyard? What's your favorite feature? Tell us. What's your favorite feature of your backyard? Right? And we're going to ask the question a couple more times throughout the show, too. What's your favorite feature of your backyard?
All right, so next up is City Spotlight.
City Spotlight,
and
absolutely.
What are we talking? What are we talking? What city?
Clawson, Michigan, ladies and gentlemen. Clawson, Michigan.
Clawson, Michigan.
Absolutely.
If you don't know where that's at, it's right near Royal Oak. And
step over, just one step over, yeah.
Yeah.
So,
nice
Don, I was surprised. I tell you what I was surprised about. It's a small market.
It's a small market.
I was amazed at how few homes. You know what I mean?
It's a very what do they call it? Sleepy suburb type of thing. Sleepy suburb.
Yeah,
like
sleepy
that.
suburb.
So,
sure.
Yeah, very small.
A bedroom community, right? They call it a bedroom community. That's what they. Yeah,
that's it.
Yeah.
So very small and on the market. Currently active homes.
Well, let's do this first. So remember, folks, active homes are currently for sale. Pendings are the homes that are under contract, and then solds are homes that have already been closed. So active, pending, sold. So go ahead. Sorry.
Sold in the last 30 days.
Yeah.
So active, currently there are 11 homes active, 6 condominiums.
Yep.
Currently on the market, available for purchase. And on the pending side, there are 17 pending and 6 condos pending as well. So 17 and 6.
Okay.
17 homes, 6 condos.
So, and there's 11 homes that sold and 1 condo, right? Is that what we're talking?
Yes.
Okay. And then
in the last 30 days.
I got you. So what's the average sale price then?
I'm a brain fart.
So what's the average sale price?
The average sale price is $224,000 for
what's it get you?
1,170 square feet.
So definitely a nice community, yeah.
Yes.
Really surprising. A couple things. One, it's so few homes have gone in a transaction in which way. And then 2, the pendings are the highest number, right? Mm-hmm. So that means that there are lots of action. Things are going for sale. So Clawson
has a little downtown with some nice restaurants and bars, and so there's a good little nice nightlife in that area. So
Don, I want to read a couple answers to our question of what's your favorite backyard feature. Tom Wilkowitz, our fan of the show last week, says a pool. He's got to have a pool for the kids, right? And his family's pretty big. They're crazy. They're fun though. They're a lot of fun. My sister says my nephew wants a hot tub, right? Hammocks, gazebos, movies outside. I mean, people love it.
Yeah, being outside.
I'm telling you, the warm weather is going to change people's tune over a few weeks. I mean, it's going to change people's tune.
Yeah, it already has, I think.
Yeah, it's starting to. Absolutely.
I got a better attitude a little bit about the weather. So
sun's an amazing thing that way. It makes you fire up again. You know?
So you want to repeat that question again one more time?
Yeah, sure. So the question is, what's your favorite backyard feature in your home? What's your favorite? Is it a pool? Is it a hammock? Is it the drink station you have set up? Is it your grill? What is it? Yep. I have people that are taking out things. Like my sister is taking out her back screen and porch things. I mean, so people are taking out some stuff they don't like and stuff they like. So.
Right. That's what it's all about, having a backyard.
The backyard oasis, right?
Yeah, awesome. So up next is fan of the show.
Fan of the show?
This week
Wait. Fan of the show? You sure?
Yeah.
I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding.
Oh, wow.
Fan of the show.
I thought I was missing
no,
something there.
No. Fan of the show. So, folks, remember, during Fan of the Show, here's what we need you to do. We need you to listen in and chant their first name like crazy in the comments, okay? So once you hear that person's name, I'm going to start whooping it up like a crazy person. I want you to do that in the comments, okay? So here we go.
Chant it. Chant Nina Malcolm.
Nina Malcolm. Nina. Give me some Ninas in the comments. Nina. Nina. Why is Nina a fan of the show?
She is one of my old neighbors that I grew up with, so she's been around.
Was she in your pool?
Probably.
Okay.
She lived right next door to me.
Okay.
And yeah, good from a good family, and she always shares my videos and some of my posts, and is always there. So Nina, thank you very much for being there, and this beer's for you.
One more time.
In the backyard.
Nina. Give me some Ninas in the comments, folks. Nina. All
right.
Abby Lauer, Nina.
Thank you. She's gonna appreciate that.
So, other topic we want to talk about today, it's going to get a little more serious now, or at least Don's going to get more serious because I can't.
I don't know if I can. I'm really
You're
starting
gonna-
not to be so
You
serious.
been drinking today or what?
No, I just not those too serious.
So, he's going to talk about ways to make your home more efficient. Energy efficient.
Energy
That's a big
efficient.
thing these days,
And
right?
and comfort efficiency.
Yeah,
Be
absolutely.
a little more comfortable. So, 6 ways. Number 1 is, it's not really a high on the priority for most people, at least I wouldn't think of it, but dual flush toilets.
Now, Don, you know I have a dual flush toilet. I have 2 of them.
Oh, you got 2 of them?
Yeah, tell me why they're more efficient.
All right, because they use less water because there's 2 buttons that you press. Either you press 1 for liquid waste or number 2 for solid
Did
waste.
you do that numbering on purpose like that? Really?
Right.
So hopefully you're not eating while you're watching the show. How much more water are we talking?
Well, the standard one uses approximately 27% of the home water bill on an average home.
So when you
27%
gotta
of the water
go,
bill.
the water will flow. Just remember that, okay? They use a lot of water toilets. He told me that earlier before the show. I was shocked
Yeah.
that the toilet is where you use most of your water. That's crazy.
Out of the house. You would think dishwasher.
Right, I would
or
think
something like that.
shower.
Or shower, yeah. One of
I
those
mean, like,
things, yeah.
holy smokes.
I don't know. Maybe that's a really old toilet to be 2 gallons or whatever it would flush down. So, anyway, so dual flush toilets. That's a really big energy saver. Number 2 are light bulbs, LED light bulbs.
Okay.
So this is the 3rd progression of light bulbs. Initially, there were the Thomas Edison incandescent bulbs, then the fluorescent bulbs, and now LED. They're much more expensive. They're more expensive, but they last longer. And the brightness and the lumens, which is the brightness levels, they have much more variables on
Brightness?
Brightness, yeah.
There you go.
Variables.
So, Don, here's what happens. I was doing great when I had the double flush toilet, the 2-button toilet. Now I got all Edison bulbs in my house pretty much, so now I'm going back the other direction, is what you're telling me? Because they're not efficient, right?
Yeah, you have them?
I have a bunch of Edison bulbs, a bunch of them.
Where'd you find them?
I got a, oh, not though. I mean, like this, they say Edison bulb. That's a popular bulb, right?
Yeah. Oh, that. No, well, I'm talking about the incandescents that.
The original ones.
Yeah.
Okay.
Well, not those that far back, but the ones that you would get at the store all the time. It's hard to find those now.
All right, so I want to pause for a second because Father Bob Johnson, my dear friend, my family priest, is watching. So I got to watch my mouth now, okay? Father Bob, I see you. I'm going to watch it, okay? I promise.
Good luck about that, Scott. Father Bob. Father Bob's on the
He
case,
is. Like
case now.
he knows me enough. He knows me enough.
All right, number 3 is skylights.
I love a skylight.
Yeah.
I absolutely love, like if I go show a house, has a skylight, I love a natural light skylight.
The way I look at it, it's simply just a window in the roof.
Yep.
So, and did you know that some of them open so that you can get some fresh air through there?
Sure, but also think about this though. I always caution people this way. You got to make sure those are caulked on a regular basis because that's like you're asking for water to come in.
It can be, yeah.
So you got to be, folks. The skylights are beautiful. I love them. All right, but you got to be careful.
Make sure they're installed properly and check them once a year.
And my sister says LED lighting is harsh on the eyes. So if you try to be harsh but efficient.
Well, they've gotten better. I think they've gotten better. You have to shop for those. So
Okay.
They've gotten better because they know people are using them and they last longer, better energy.
Gotcha.
Number 4 is solar panels on the roof. A great way to save energy, and if there's enough sun, you can even sell energy back to DTE.
So I was sitting with a friend one time, and we were having a meal. It was actually a friend of a friend, my friend Janelle Essinger, one of her friends. They had solar panels in their house. They put them in, and the guy goes, I sell the energy back to DTE for like 6 months out of the year. That's cool.
Yeah.
I'm like, hey, DTE, how about this?
And is that he's in our area?
Yeah, I think I think so.
Like where?
I want to say Michigan. Definitely Michigan. Yeah.
I have a brother-in-law and sister-in-law that live out in California, and they live in Sacramento, and they have solar
That's sun all the
energy.
time. Yeah.
There's a lot of sun there. Yeah, and
I just like sticking at the DTE. That's all.
They do the same thing out there where they sell it back to the.
Hopefully, Jeremy Mordy is not watching because that's who he works for. So I meant no disrespect to you, sir, but you got to stick it to the man when you can.
Take advantage.
Absolutely.
Number 5 is wind turbine. This is a little odd thing out there, but you can find small ones that will fit on a property, on a home, and it may not be one of the top things that you might do, but it's out there and it's available.
So I would say people that buy land, right? Like I had a good client, Nate Amy Beavers just bought in Sumter.
Perfect.
Right? Rick
Perfect.
Watland, another one that they put a turbine maybe on their property, right?
Perfect.
Yeah, because I don't think you're not getting that in the city too much. I don't think, hey.
You could, but I mean, you see them out in more rural areas. Yeah. I think it's a good thing. And number 6 is windows. Windows are much better, probably in the last 5-10 years than they were before, when people were just going to vinyl windows. You can get auto tinting windows. Did you know that?
No.
Yeah, auto tinting windows, where as the sun it gets brighter, it tints itself.
Really?
Yeah, it starts.
Wow,
tinting.
that's cool.
They're constructed in a way where it's much better insulated, and so it deadens any sound transmission, and also energy efficiency. It makes it much more comfortable around that window.
Yeah. So I'm going to add one that's not on your list because I got it from Kevin from 5-Star Heating or 5-Star Inspections. Mm-hmm. He always says this. He says that almost always the insulation has the more blown insulation. Mm-hmm. He's always saying you got this much, you need this much. So get the machine, blow the insulation in, and be energy efficient that way.
You do it yourself.
Yeah, absolutely. Because the machine, you can rent the machine from somebody. Yeah. So, folks, before we get to the end, the last few topics of the show, again, what's your favorite feature of your backyard? We're still trying to place that, see what people's favorite features of their backyard are. Billy Ferguson, Deb Lauer in the house. I'm telling you what. So now, what do we got? Last thing we got for people today.
Well, do you have a story from the street?
Story from the street. Okay, so you know me. You know that I always have a decent story, right? I will tell you this. I don't know if he's still watching, but Bill Polk and I are going back up north this Sunday. We're driving his wife's car. We're not driving the truck, so feel safe for us, okay?
Is the truck fixed?
Yes, yeah. His brother's mechanic, so they towed right to his shop. Yeah, it's fixed. It's definitely fixed. I don't know if he's going to keep it or anything like that, but we're not driving that. I can tell you that right now. We're driving his wife's car.
You wouldn't go in it again.
No, absolutely not. And I'm leaving my keys at home, so I don't leave my keys messed up. So my best story for this week, I'm not sure if I shared it before. I can't remember if I did or not. Friday, I had a client. We're doing an inspection, right? And the client's walking around. We're going looking at stuff. And Kevin from 5-Stars inspecting the house. And we get to, we're in the kitchen. And I'm walking looking at something. And I turn around. And the client has a frozen hand in his hand. I go, whoa, he scared the shit out of me. I was like, oh my God.
A human hand?
No. Yeah. I was like, what is that? I freaked out, right? So somebody put a glove with water in it in the freezer and froze it.
Yeah.
Like,
that's awesome.
But why is it awesome?
Maybe scare your girlfriend or wife.
Yeah, but there's nobody in the house. It was empty. The house was empty.
Well, you forgot it. You forgot it at home.
So
my hand.
Be careful, folks. What you look into when you go into a house, look out for the frozen hand, okay? Be careful of that stuff. Yeah. What about you? Got any stories from the road?
I don't this past week, no.
Okay.
I don't.
Well, I'm sure we're going to come up with some crazy stuff. Because real estate is nuts, folks. Yeah. As always, we love all the folks that watch the show. We're constantly trying to do fun, good things. If you haven't noticed, the last 2 weeks have been ridiculous commercials. If you didn't get a chance to see our commercial this week, I kicked Don out of his chair for as Memorial Day weekend chair. We're gonna do a commercial.
I didn't know this weekend was over.
Well, it is over.
Then
I mean, we got a show to get ready. So plan on seeing a crazy commercial from us probably Sunday or Monday. That's probably when we'll throw the commercial out there for you. So let's do it this way. I'm Scott.
I'm Don.
And we're talking real estate. We'll see you later.
Have a good week.